Hello students and welcome to another InDesign tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to start formatting text, which is what the program was designed to do. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the text tool and we're going to hit File and we're going to go to Place. And I have an article that I want you to place in this tutorial. So we're going to click on our template and we're going to place it. And I'm also going to actually copy and I'm going to create another text box and I'm going to place that headline and byline that we're going to use in just a minute. So I'm going to use the black arrow and I'm going to resize this particular article to make it to a specific columns. I'm going to do it about halfway down. I'm going to use this red arrow and this will give me enough space. You can see that I still have a little bit more, so I'm going to make sure I'm still on the black arrow. I'm going to start pulling things down and you can see that's where it ends. So I'm going to pretty much try and even this up right here. So this one is just a little bit more, so I'm going to try and it's kind of hard to get the spacing exactly right. I'm going to actually move this column down just a little bit so things are even. I'm going to delete the space in here. I'm going to click on the text tool and I'm going to delete this space so it's at the very top. And then let's see, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to basically move these two columns until they're about the same height. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of this text and I'm going to go to my paragraph tool. It's already highlighted, but if yours wasn't, it's right here. And where it says normal plus, I want no paragraph style. And you can see that I still have more text down here. So I'm going to totally pull this. I'm going to go back to my black arrow and I'm going to pull this bottom piece down so to where we can make sure everything is highlighted. So I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to make sure it is all no paragraph style. And then I'm going to go to my text tool and I'm going to make it 12-point leading in between. And then I'm going to go down and I'm going to change the font to Gill Sans. I'm going to keep it at 12-point. I'm going to make the paragraph justified left because left justify is a very easy way to spread out the text and it looks neater, and we do that a lot in the news magazine. So I'm going to just leave it here. I'm not going to format a whole lot more on this particular paragraph yet. We'll do that in a minute, but I'm going to take this title paragraph and I'm going to put it over here on my template here, and I'm going to move the text box all the way across. I'm going to move it up a little bit. I want to make this a tight text box, excuse me, just because you don't want your text boxes to overlap because it makes it much more difficult. I'm going to go to the font tool, which is this A font, and I'm going to go and I'm going to find Hightower text, and I'm going to make it at about 30-point. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the paragraph tool and I want to center that. And then I'm also going to change Bailey's name and I'm going to go back to the font tool and I'm going to use Rage Italic. And I'm going to keep it at 11 points and I'm going to just center that as well. And I like my heading and the spacing is fine. I don't need to change it. If you do in fact need to change the spacing, I'm going to use this text tool to show you how you can do that. See, this is the space in between the two of them and you can adjust it as need be, but I'm not going to do anything to it. The next thing that I want to do is very simply I want to put a drop cap in. So I want to go to the paragraph tool and this is the drop cap. This is the level that is number of lines down and number of lines across. I want this particular drop cap to go, I'm thinking 4 lines down, and then I want it to go 2 lines across. Looks pretty good. So I really like how that looks. So now what I want to do is I want to finish my page up. So I'm going to move this up to the top, and then I'm going to move this at the seam where it's going to start. And the neat part about this is you can just, since they're hooked together, you can just update one text box and the other one will automatically move. And the last thing I want to do on this particular tutorial is I want to place a couple of photos. And you can see I have 3 photos, actually 5 that I could do. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to use my text box and I'm going to place a photo here, and I'm going to just place another one. So I'm going to file, and I'm going to place, and I'm going to place this one, and I'll hit place. And don't forget, you would do fitting, fill frame proportionally, and then I'm going to just copy that because it's the same size that I want over here. Oh, yeah, InDesign gets a little quirky, so I can just highlight and delete that. You want to make sure that it's all up, and you want to make sure that doesn't happen. And hit undo move item. You want to see the blue little dots there, and then I'm going to hit file, and I'm going to go to place again, and I'm going to just place this particular picture. And that picture isn't going to fill. I'm going to hit fitting and fill frame proportionally, and that changes it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to just add, the last thing I want to do is I want to add a small little stroke line on that. So I want it to be black. You never want to use registration. That isn't what you should use. And you want it to be like 0.5 black. The reason you don't use registration is for printing purposes, it won't be what you want, and 0.5 black. And how I make sure that it's a 0.5 black, it's on there, and I click on the pictures with my black arrow. So this is your placing text and formatting text, justifying it left, and adding a drop cap. So good luck.